Your stories, our community. This is Local 5 News with Paul Evenson and meteorologist Chad Raeflisberger.
Well, good Father's Day Sunday morning to you all out there. It is just before 7 o'clock now. I'm Paul Evenson. Thank you for joining us. Chad Raeflisberger is with us on this Father's Day, and things shaping up pretty nice for dads this day, Chad.
Yeah, it really is, Paul. A dry start here this morning and mild as well. So if you're out and about already, temperature-wise, it's not all that bad. A lot of 60s across the area. Still a little humidity hanging on, but we will feel some drier air move in as we head through the rest of the morning, especially by this afternoon. 64 right now in Green Bay. The clouds that we have out there right now continuing to move out, so we'll see more sunshine arrive for the entire area very shortly. Watching a few showers now developing across eastern Minnesota. That will be a sign of our next rain chance later on this evening and tonight. But for the rest of this Father's Day, things looking very nice. More sunshine starting to move in. Sunny skies now in Oshkosh. Look for temperatures away from the lake in the lower 80s. Now, like I mentioned, a chance for showers, maybe a few storms tonight, and then a better rain chance arrives on Monday. More on that coming up in just a few minutes, Paul.
All right, like to see that clearing on the way. Thank you, Chad. Well, Green Bay police are still investigating a shooting that took place on Friday night. Police tell Local 5 that the survivors, one male is in stable condition and one female is in critical condition. Several cars were seen fleeing the area. Officers say there could be up to 3 shooters and that the people involved in the shooting knew each other. Local 5's Rhonda Fox has reaction from residents in the Seymour Park area who say they're getting frustrated with the recent incidences of gun violence.
Oh, God. All I was doing is looking where theater was and make sure everybody was down and nothing was hitting the house. And you could just, it was just chaos. Absolute chaos. People running. You know, you could see the gunfire. You could, I mean, the lighting from the gunfire because it was dark.
2 people were injured and 1 male died in this resident's yard.
Horrifying is what it was. Horrifying.
The person that died ran from where the shooting occurred and collapsed behind one of the houses here on South Oakland.
There was a previous shooting here at Seymour Park in late May, and all this gun violence has neighbors concerned.
And this year you can't even let the kids come outside. We're afraid to take him to the park.
The neighbors are correct about the increase in the shootings, at least over here at Seymour Park.
Residents and police say it's the late night crowds that hang out at Seymour Park causing the uptick in violence.
It's a problem with people gathering, and I mean, our officers are trying to do the best they can, but you can't be everywhere.
Our community policing officers are in here. It's the people that come to the park that seem to be causing the problems.
In Green Bay, Rhonda Fox, Local 5 News.
Thank you, Rhonda. No arrests have been made, but authorities are trying to locate a person of interest. If you have any information, you are encouraged to contact Green Bay Police. Well, new this morning from the Fox Cities area, a Menasha apartment complex fire early yesterday morning left dozens of people without a home. The American Red Cross told Local 5 that disaster teams are working with people from more than 50 units in the Elizabeth Court Apartments on 6th Street. Neenah Menasha fire officials say crews responded to reports of a fire at the complex around 3 a.m. Now, firefighters found heavy smoke coming from the basement of the building where they were able to contain the fire. Police say no one was hurt during the incident, though many apartments suffered smoke damage. The Red Cross is providing 38 rooms at nearby hotels, plus food delivery for residents who were displaced. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, an unattended stove caused about $10,000 of fire damage to an Appleton home. Appleton fire officials say the blaze happened just before noon Saturday. They say a resident of the home on 8th Street says she had a pan of cooking grease on the stove and left the room, not realizing the burner was turned on. Officials say that 2 people who lived in the home were not hurt, but they have been displaced. The Red Cross is providing assistance. In your latest coronavirus numbers around the state, nearly 400 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Wisconsin, with 14 new deaths. Statewide, there are now 24,539 positive cases, with 744 related deaths. In our area, Brown County has 2,572 cases. Manitowoc County has 63. Now, for more information in the county where you live, Simply go to our website at wearegreenbay.com. Well, the layoffs and furloughs related to the coronavirus pandemic have more people than ever counting on food pantries. Feeding America of Northeast Wisconsin helps supply pantries across this part of the state, and they're seeing demand for food rise as the crisis continues. Feeding America's executive director explains that trend on this morning's Newsmaker Sunday.
As soon as the impact hit Northeast Wisconsin, we saw the demand on the food bank go up tremendously. So we've been operating in a very urgent space for 2 months now.
You can join us for more of that conversation with Patty on Newsmaker Sunday this morning at 7:30 following Local 5 Sunday Morning. Well, in a Positively Wisconsin story now for you, a popular blood drive that honors veterans has been relocated this year. The Community Blood Center will still be hosting the 32nd annual Appleton MASH Blood Drive Wednesday, June 24th at the Fox Cities Exhibition Center. Now, it's typically hosted in Houdini Plaza, but due to the coronavirus, they had to move locations to provide enough space for all the donors. For every unit of blood, the Community Blood Center will make a donation to AmVets Post 30 in Greenville. Well, the Green Bay Packers continue to provide COVID-19 relief to Wisconsin nonprofits. The Packers Foundation awarded a total of $500,000 to Brown and Milwaukee County organizations that assist people and families who've been affected by the pandemic. Well, how about this? Disneyland has reopened in Hong Kong after being closed for nearly 5 months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Dozens of people poured into the theme park on Thursday as Disney implemented new safety rules for all in attendance. Those new rules include social distancing and reducing dining and shopping capacity. Disneyland Hong Kong is the first of the Disney theme parks to open. The California location is set to open next month, along with Disney World in Florida. Well, new coronavirus cases are surging in more than a dozen states, and the argument over wearing masks in public is heating up. Health experts say masks prevent the spread of COVID-19, but many people around the U.S. are defying mandatory orders to wear them.
Quarantine yourself! Quarantine yourself!
Call this an epicenter, not of a COVID outbreak, but of the lines being drawn over whether to wear a face mask or not.
We go to work every day to help those who need us.
Protesters this week in Orange County, California, insisted that wearing masks is about science.
Yes, you didn't want to take my banjo away, and that ain't gonna happen.
But they were shouted down by a larger group of demonstrators who argued that masks are relics of a pandemic that they say is overblown.
It is a scamdemic. It is a fraudemic. It is a plandemic.
Just this week, in Montgomery, Alabama, where ICU beds are near capacity, the city council refused to make masks mandatory. But less than 24 hours later, the mayor ordered masks should be worn anyway. In Texas, mayors of 9 of the state's biggest cities urged Governor Greg Abbott to allow them to enforce face mask rules. He has so far declined. While in Arizona, which saw a record number of new cases this week, Governor Doug Ducey, who had resisted mandating masks for months, now announced on Wednesday that he will allow cities to do just that.
I want to see all Arizonans wearing a face covering.
This is a sign of control.
Be careful. Some have taken to burning masks in protest.
Woo!
In a deeply polarized America, almost anything can signal political tribalism. But why masks specifically?
Have you ever seen anything take on such a political charge like the masks have? Is there anything else you can think of?
I think the no shirt, no shoes issue is very interesting.
David Abrams is professor of social and behavioral sciences at NYU's School of Global Public Health.
That never got polarized. People didn't say, I'm here and I just got off the beach and I want my ice cream. I'm just going to come in bare feet. They accept that.
President Trump hardly ever wears a mask, and neither does his vice president. But both Melania and Ivanka Trump have posted pictures of themselves promoting the virtues of covering your face.
We're getting such mixed messages that doesn't help you. It actually makes you more concerned and more thoughtful about, well, I'll just have to make my own decision.
Last month, the governor of North Dakota tearfully asked his state to put aside the politics of masks and try empathy instead.
If someone is wearing a mask, they might be doing it because they've got a 5-year-old child who's been going through cancer treatments. They might have vulnerable adults in their life who are currently have COVID and they're fighting.
A recent study in the journal Health Affairs has some interesting numbers when it comes to mandatory mask wearing. That study, published this week, says that as many as 200,000 COVID cases may have been prevented by those mandatory mask ordinances.
All right, up next, well, the rain didn't stop people from getting out to Bay Beach, which officially opened yesterday. A little glimpse of that family fun is just around the corner.
And we're looking at a pretty good forecast on this Father's Day with sunshine returning, but showers and storms will pop up off to our west later on today. Will they make their way into our area? We'll let you know coming up in the Storm Team 5 forecast.
You're watching Local 5 News with Paul Evenson.